Here we are, guys, at the World's Finals for Warhammer Conquest, and what a beautiful board we have here with 5 full bleed, full art planets.
They're beautiful.
And I'm totally jelly.
Makes me wish I had taken other than Strachan to this tournament.
My name is Steven.
I'm Robert.
And we have Varun on the left and Seth on the right. Now, you got a chance to speak with Varun a little bit throughout this tournament and afterwards. And he likes, how do we pronounce his name? What are we supposed to do there?
It's a little bit of a toss-up. It's whatever you want. I asked him point blank if it's like Varun or Varun, and he said that there's people who pronounce it one way or the other between his parents of different backgrounds, so it's just like, I'll take either.
All right.
He's that flexible.
Varun it is.
Varun.
We'll see if that kind of flexibility
You can
will
call him
win
Varun. I'll
this
call
game.
him Varun.
Varun. Okay, so we got an Archon's Palace. We've got the Chimera Masters coming in with Chimera there.
Did you say an Archon's Palace?
Yeah, the Archon's Palace. I know
What?
that we have a lot to say about
That card
everything happening in this
is
game.
insane. If you didn't know, that card is one of the most powerful in the game.
There's the Blood Angels,
veterans coming in. All right, let's size up these planets here. So we have first planet starting with Barlas, Farron, Artox Prime, Yvarn, and then
Yvarn.
Yvarn
Karnath,
at the 5th slot there. So we have a nice spread, pretty indecisive up until the 4th planet where you have a Tricon and kind of completes the set for all but blue icons. And really only just red, actually. But then red's looking dominant. So really just jockeying for command position and maybe some battle effects.
Absolutely.
Waiting for these next planets to be revealed.
And we've got Ragnar and Kith coming in on the same planet here. So we're going to get some fireworks early on. We got the Sentinel there is going to take the first planet. Veteran's going to take the second. And then looks like we've got a showdown here. But looks like Ragnar's going to get that third one as well.
Yep.
5th one there, Karnath is going to be 1 there. It's a 1-1. But the Archon's Palace is going to leverage some of these advantages here. Can deny either the resources or the cards.
It's really going to leverage.
Both
honestly.
that first planet and second planet have the 2 of on the resource and card respectively. So they're going to just get canceled.
Canceled.
And we'll see which one Varun chooses to cancel, and he's
Boom.
looks like he's gonna cancel the one that would give the Void Pirate bonus.
This card, yes, is so unbelievable because you can pick and choose how you want to choke, depending on how the planets look, what your opponent plays in terms of cards, all these kinds of things. So probably at this point, the best thing to choke is cards.
Now wait a minute, I'm not a mathematician by any means. Just stretch of the imagination, of course.
Don't kid yourself, Steven.
However, I did take PhD level calculus classes, and no, I'm just kidding.
4 times. I enjoyed it that much.
However, if I'm looking at Archon's Palace,
Right.
yeah, which I am right now, and it's a
Looking at it.
It's a 2-cost location, and it can immediately cancel and just did 2 cards.
2 cards.
From my opponent's hand. Let's just assume a card is equal to a resource, which we know is bollocks.
It's not true.
But even so, that card has already paid itself back in basically a negative payoff there.
Correct.
And for the rest of the game, it's just going to be giving a significant resource advantage. So how is this possible?
I don't know. I asked Brad about it. I'm just kidding. I did not ask Brad about it. And he said, well, I was really drunk one day, and he didn't say any of this. And I just thought it would be a cool idea. See what happens.
Feels like the Dark Eldar.
Feels like Dark Eldar.
Yeah,
It is very Dark Eldar.
Brad's a great guy.
He is a great guy.
I really, really respect and appreciate him. And he's... I can't wait for everyone to get their hands on this next cycle. And I think all of us are definitely into that as well.
All right, so battle effect, discard 1 card from hand. That one's going to Seth.
Discarded.
Old Barlas.
See you later.
Barlas to Seth. 1 green icon for him. He's
And
gonna love it.
I love how we can come into this game and we can watch already, like, Kith looks a little bit behind. Lost only got the 1 command struggle.
That's right.
To the opponent's 3, was able to cancel 1, but that's the thing about Kith, is that it's going to be a slow train.
She can bide her time.
Oh my gosh, yeah, like we're talking about, the Palace is going to keep kicking in over time. We're going to see more and more of these Chimeras come out and come into play. Heaven forbid the Den comes out, and you can move them around wherever you want.
And we just see Ragnar retreat because these Chimeras, they're little weenies, but they swing for 2.
They're weenies and they swing
and
for 2,
Ragnar
yeah.
doesn't want that.
No, you don't want to be
Not
bloodied.
at all.
And if Ragnar's running away from a warlord, you know that something's going on, man.
Something's up. The
That's-
hunter
that's
is
his
becoming
shtick.
the hunted.
That's his shtick, man.
What is going on? Okay, so we're going back to the HQ phase where you get, of course, 4 resources and 2 to 3 cards, as you please. Just saying. The third one's from him.
Oh man, I was hoping that we would work something like that in.
It's already there.
You did it so well there. I wasn't ready, man.
Wasn't ready for it.
That wasn't planned.
All right, we got a next one. I guess that's
Osis.
Osis.
Osis 4.
Good old Osis.
You guys having a good time out there?
It's another green icon, a mono green. This is going to be a long, protracted battle depending on who wins Yavvarn, my favorite named planet. All right. So shaping up here, it's just going to be more jockeying for position, I have to imagine.
8 resources.
He's pretty rich, especially for not being old Cato Sicarius.
I know, right? But you got the Blood Angels on the board. He's going to kind of hang out with the first planet. Now, the Blood Angels stock goes way down because all of the prevention in the world, well, that's not exactly true, all the prevention in the world, hyperbolically, will not get around the old Clivex War Leader, which we all know is a real thing.
And an Honored Librarian!
And there's the Honored Librarian.
Out of town.
First planet's looking
Seth has to win
very
this.
locked down.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine Seth not winning this.
And he's going to get to route something, and winning this route planet at the very beginning is so incredible, because as the first planet, you'll be able to route something down the line that can then swing other battles. That planet has made such an impact on many of my command and basically attack chains throughout this game. It's really crazy. A lot of opponents just don't see that battle ability coming.
It's true.
And then all of a sudden, a critical unit is routed, and the whole thing spirals out of control.
Everything just spirals, spirals, spirals.
Don't you love it?
Which ain't what you want.
Here's the old Void Pirate.
Great card. Pretty much a staple to this day.
Continues to do work and will forever do work.
Uh-oh, spending big money for second Honored Librarian.
Hint, hint.
But
could be a
he's
warlord going.
unsupported.
Could be a warlord going there.
Oh my goodness.
That could mean trouble. Could be a signal.
What is he signaling?
Well, I don't know, but
just the trouble?
Well, he's signaling that Planet 2 might be something he's willing to go fight for.
That's true. Battle ability there is deal 1 damage at to each enemy unit at a target HQ or adjacent planet, which is killer against all these chimeras.
That can be a big deal.
A Warlock Destructor will chase an Honored Librarian right out of town.
It will. It absolutely will, with its art alone.
His art alone. It's like, hey, you looking for a fight?
Yeah,
because I just brought one.
Who's looking?
Who's looking?
It's
you get
me.
2 fights whenever you buy one.
And Varun now starting to completely lock down these command struggles.
That's right.
Man, how do you do that with so few resources?
Yeah, that's right. A Master going into the third planet
this
here.
Has just turned.
Brings a Chimera with it.
It's just turned incredibly. It's turned completely.
It has completely turned. Oh, Packmaster and Ragnar again going to the same planet, number 2 this time.
I think Seth needs to fight this one out.
He does need to fight this one out. He's got some good cards there. He's got one of his Sentinels. He's got an Honored Librarian. Now he is almost halfway bloodied there, so that's a little scary for Ragnar.
It is scary.
He did choose the right planet, so he's going to be able to throw 2 damage down because of Ragnar's ability.
We know that Space Marines have shields for days.
Ooh.
Oh, and he's making a statement.
Varun is not shielding that.
Making a statement here.
All right, here comes the Palace working again.
And just denial. So how many does Varun picks up?
Varun sweeps this command. So Seth, of course, wins the first planet there, gaining. Not really sure how it's going to shake out for him.
Well, I think
was the two resources canceled?
Yeah, it looks like he canceled it.
Not sure which planet he actually canceled yet with the Palace.
There's a lot of pointing going on there.
A lot of pointing,
etc. Routing some dudes.
So the first planet's battle more or less predetermined now.
And there it goes.
Shuffling it all out.
All right, so he wins that planet.
Farron.
These guys taking shortcuts.
Farron going to Seth. Gets to route somebody of his choosing. It can also be your own units. Don't forget that,
Man, dude, route that Destructor, dude.
Right? Ooh, what? Bloodied Kith at the second planet. The Librarian swung in there and just nuked him.
Bloodied? Wait, yes. What was retreated? What was routed there?
I think Varun played a cancel. You have to exhaust the Warlord. Yes.
He did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. To prevent the rout.
All right.
So Indomitable, void all the damage.
Yep.
So Bloodied Kith, second planet, is awful.
That's actually
awful for Varun.
Very, very good. This is what Seth is looking for to turn this thing over.
This is what he needs to do. This is what Ragnar does. So good to see that he's able to actually swing this, because this is probably his only win condition, is killing his opponent's Warlord.
And Ragnar's going to go ahead and take a back seat, and now
look at these chimeras.
They're going to clean up.
It's absurd what they can do in a group. There are 3 at this planet. That's quite a few, honestly. Again, they swing for 2, guys.
It's too much. It's too much.
Whew. All right, so kind of a mixed bag there between the players. Seth bloodies Packmaster Kith, but Varun wins the planet and wipes out every other nice unit that was there.
See, this is the thing. Ragnar, though, has time. He's got both planets already conquered, so he can go hunting now. And he needs to just go and kill Kith at all turns. He needs to be there. He needs to be laying the damage out. And man, I think that is the way out of this game right now.
You're not wrong.
Well, we know what happens with these Kith games. You're not going to compete on the board.
If the Chimera Den comes out, that's when you know you're really in trouble. Good news is Kith is bloodied, so no more automatic Chimeras will be deployed. But they can still be a problem. There's still 4 on the board, and he has, I know, 3 copies of the Kithmaster or whatnot in his deck, so there can be up to 2 more coming into play.
And you can expect that to happen.
It's our last planet.
Get to move a non-warlord unit you control to a planet of your choice.
It's one of my faves, actually. It really upsets things.
It is nice, and man, look at that.
But look at this. Look at this board as well, though. And now post deployment, we have, or not post deployment, but after 1 card being deployed, we have Varun holding pretty decisive command control here.
I mean, he's controlling everything. This is the problem. This is the problem with Kith. The problem with Dark Eldar is now it's untenable.
And worse yet is that he's splashing Eldar, which means that those are probably the 2 best factions for command dominance. It's absurd what they can do. And a promotion.
Let's promote that boy pirate.
Just to lock it in. Oh, you promote.
Yeah.
I promote.
Well.
Man, brown nosers at that planet.
What about me? Have you considered promoting me as well?
Well, you know that there's the guy working for this other company, and he's driving a BMW, so I think I should at least get a Lexus.
What do you think about Osis having these, like, elite void pirates over here? Both of them promoted. They're pirating so hard.
Very strange.
What are they pirating if not each other?
I don't know.
Another Chimera Masters. Goodness gracious.
See, I'm telling you, man, those guys are crazy. All right, deployment. Got Packmaster at planet 3
to 4.
And Ragnar at 4.
This means that Seth's not going to get anything. Archon's Palace is going to cancel this, right?
Yes, straight away. Now he will get a +1 card, so he has his choice. But at this point, I think Seth looks like he has 2 cards in hand. I would continue the card choke as much as possible. We'll see what happens. The 3 cards maybe?
Question
yes,
marks,
3 cards.
Question marks.
So he's got a good chunk of resources, but not a lot of cards. It's Varun's choice. That's crazy.
Yeah,
to
it's
give
totally
your opponent that kind of choice with your economic trickle, stream, whatever you want to call it, it's devastating.
All right, here we're going to find out what it is, and it looks like he chokes the card.
Chokes the card.
Resources coming in for Ragnar.
Cards are not only armies, but they're shields, they're events. I mean, they're all kinds of things. So,
you know, we've said it before, Robert, and we'll say it again. A card game
relies on cards. Relies on cards here. All right, so first planet, no battle there technically. Well, untechnically. So deal 1 damage to an adjacent planet. I bet that's not going to get triggered.
I bet he doesn't trigger that either.
But that's a red and a blue for Varun. He's on the map, on the board.
But wouldn't Seth love it if it was triggered down on Varun there?
Yeah, right?
Just take out 3 Chimeras.
I mistriggered.
Oops, yeah, oops.
I got the target coordinates in wrong.
Rick Perry moment. The ultimate warlord.
He is the ultimate warlord. Mainly because he's from Texas.
I love his flavor text. Oops.
Oops.
I triggered that. All right, Destructor. What's that Destructor doing?
He's coming in to reinforce that planet there. You know, each player puts a unit into play. That was the battle ability from where. No. Was that where? That was not where Packmaster was.
I don't know where that. What's happening there? Destructor just randomly dropping in. I think he was there already.
Yeah, maybe he was buried. Who knows?
He was there and buried.
Had a strange little star wipe there. Kind of lost track of things.
I started thinking about Rick Perry, and that was the end of it.
Rick Perry. You know, once I start thinking about old Rick there, he's got like 5 strength, and then the technical rule says he actually has 3 strength.
He actually has 3.
Oops. All right, we have 4 planets to go.
I don't like how this is going for Seth here.
It's turning because he had a nice battle in the second turn, bloody Packmaster, but he still has to find her again to finish the job. That can be a challenge.
How are we going to kill her? How are we going to do this?
Varun was talking to me after the game, and he said that at this stage of the game, his biggest concern was choosing right/wrong, and depending on how you're looking at it. Essentially, the planet where he thought it was least likely for his opponent to anticipate his warlord would deploy to. That was his only concern.
Classic Ragnar problem. There's a rogue trader.
There's a rogue trader.
Now there's something you can pirate. From the void.
From the void.
Back over to Veteran there.
I imagine the's not a lot of, you know, commerce
Oh,
in the
promote
void.
another void
So why
pirate.
are there pirates?
Well, you know, we don't know, man.
I don't know, man. It's the warp. It's weird.
It's the warp. There's always something to find in a warp.
In a warp.
If I learned anything from my early video gaming.
Good news is
Another void pirate comes in.
Osus is really starting to get locked down by the Space Marines. Seth is happy about that.
This is smart, at least, Seth, to basically give him 2 good options. You know, he either gets 2 cards or 2 resources.
Can you believe those Incubus warriors? Ugh, and they're crazy.
There's the Ragnar's War Camp. Killer.
Double damage. Anytime you can double up your damage. So this is pretty much when Varun is now like really starting to sweat because he has to be really concerned
You gotta watch
about
out for
his
those
warlord.
eager recruits, man.
Yep.
You gotta watch out for all sorts of shenanigans.
It's real easy with a crushing blow coming out of
eager recruit
nowhere.
hitting
What?
for 4, crushing blow it. It's like,
Ugh.
no way.
Ugh, no thanks. No siree, Bob.
No way. I like this, though. I like this dynamic
Yes.
of Ragnar basically trying to hunt down Kith as she takes over the world.
Yeah, it's a desperate hunt. Traxxas sector is really coming online here
There's the Destructor.
for the Dark Eldar. Those Destructors. Ooh.
Exterminatus.
Oh, boom! Anything but the first planet. Kill all non-uniques.
See you later. Man, wouldn't you like for old homegirl to not be unique there?
Right.
So much.
And she is brutal though.
I think we need to ring
Dark
a
Eldar
bell.
card.
I think we need to do something special. We just saw an Exterminatus, which we have never seen before.
Yeah, that's unusual for Space Marines in this day and age for sure.
Very unusual. How do you? But let's look at it. Did it do?
What?
Did it
Deployment
do anything? Did it do
first
much?
and second for Packmaster and Ragnar respectively, which means that
Yeah, we're gonna get some
Packmaster
command
is
here.
it's gonna feel comfortable. Seth gets some command.
Yeah, Packmaster basically like falling into a pillow of her own units there.
That's right.
That's what you have to do whenever you're getting hunted.
But the thing that's terrifying most of all here is that we have yet to see a single Clive X war leader.
We have not seen a war leader.
Or
the Chimera Den.
Or the Chimera
so we
Den.
gotta be careful.
So there are some nasty trump cards. We haven't seen a drop pod assault yet for Seth either. So there are some diamonds in the rough, as it were.
This, as Conquest often does, when the fireworks start, they're going to go off like crazy.
Yeah. And Varun is really, you know, I don't know, building up a head of steam here with all these
look at
units
all
now.
those
Look at
bros.
this. Cards and chimeras and just, ugh. Ugh.
Wouldn't
Ugh.
you love, like, what is it? Is it Doom? Is Doom the one that hits HQ?
That's
Is
right.
that right? Look at that. Can you imagine?
All right, so Varun gets Yavharn,
Done.
my favorite planet.
Got it.
So he needs a red or a blue
Yavharn.
to win the game. So that means
Just so
the
happens
next
next
planet or the final planet will give him the game. If he can win them,
That's got a long way to go.
he sure does. Because he's got some nice units at this planet right now, old Karnath, but he needs more if he's going to kill some more Destructor, some war leaders, presumably, and whatever else he can throw
I
him.
think we're about to see the fireworks, man.
But the nasty part is that Seth has so few cards now. He might have 1 or 2 left.
We call that a choke.
A very good choke.
That's
The
a real
old card
choke. Yeah, and it's never fun to be choked. I know that since I was a child.
A lot of experience dodging old childhood choking.
Take that as you will. And
He's eating a lot of hot dogs.
Continue working the commentary
They're
here.
the #1 choke
Moving
food
right on.
for children under 37.
What do we got? Blood Angel's Veteran going to take the full brunt of this damage because he's not standing up.
Not
The
standing.
easiest way to do damage to a big thing is to knock it down.
I get knocked down.
Here's the thing.
There's the
Oh,
war
well,
leader.
hello, there's the war leader.
Clive X. And this is not what you want to see because not only does it icy unit and kind of turn.
Here we go.
Oh,
Give me that
yes.
drop pod. No, white
Give me
stars.
some
What is
bikers.
that? Oh, drop pod in. We're going to drop pod in.
Let's wait for it. Wait
There
for
it is. There's the bikers. Boom. Excellent.
Bikers are coming in
And they've got
from
a
a drop
warlord
pod.
there, so they are doing a ton of damage.
They
is
are.
what we call that.
They
in
are
the
going to
biz.
swing and ice a war leader if I've ever seen it happen.
Wait, what
Oh
do we have?
no!
Archon's
An
Terror.
Archon's Terror routs it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
That
god.
is sad. See, this is Dark Eldar. So what looked like a battle that was going to be comfortably won by the Space Marines is now on the edge of the knife here.
I think if he doesn't have that,
Swinging
there,
for 4.
Man,
with an honored
if
librarian.
he doesn't have the Archon's Tear, this looks really good.
Oh man.
Now, is he going to try to shield this out? No, he's going to trade it.
I bet he just doesn't have the cards for it.
All right, he's trading it.
All right, so look what just happened there. Seth should have won that planet.
Wow.
Looking at the board, and then a War Leader pops, a Drop Pod pops, and then a Terror to follow it up with, just to seal the deal.
Wow.
That is bananas.
Incredible, man.
So he triggered another battle ability of another planet, triggers Planum, and brings a unit out of
back
HQ.
in. And you know what? That's exactly what happened earlier, too.
That's exactly what happened. And we just missed it.
That Destructor just
now we're catching on.
keeps popping in.
All right.
The great Conquest players out there saying, "You're missing it.
You're missing it. Hey,
pay attention. Quit talking about Rick Perry."
Slap.
Well, anyway, here we are.
Here we are. So we have 3 planets to go. We're at game point, as it were, for Varun here at this planet. If he wins it, he's got it. And I gotta be honest with everybody at home here.
It looks real good.
The force is with him, as they
looks
say
real
in Conquest.
Good for Varun, yeah, looks real good.
The force is all up with him.
Seth holding 2 cards there. I think that's not enough.
No,
that's not what you want. I think
no. Look at Varun's hand; it's chopped full of cards.
He threw the fireworks into that last battle, and it nearly paid off.
It nearly did.
But then it didn't. And now he's 2 units down because of it.
And look at his position. He's got 2 standing Destructors and a War Leader.
It's done. It's done, Robert. Put a fork in it.
Put a fork in it.
Oh,
I also spoke to Brad about the War Leader, and it's like, yeah, what's going on? No, you spoke to Brad about the War Leader.
I spoke to Brad about the War Leader. I don't know how there's any reason that it has 2 command icons, if not 1, if not 0. I think 0 command icons in that unit is still too good.
Is quite fair. It should have negative command.
Negative command icons, and it kills itself. And you can't play it. It's restricted. And it's banned.
Incubus Warrior. What do you say about this card? What?
I say 3-1.
Only costs
defense
2.
is a good offense, you know what they say.
That's right. 10th Company Scout really going to turn the tide here, as well as the Rogue Trader. Oh, man.
Trolling us, Seth. Trolling us.
But here's the worst part, is now Seth has no hand, which means it's only face value. What is on the table? No surprises from Seth.
Yeah, this game is completely over. YouTube fans, video watchers, just go somewhere else.
Let's also consider, before this battle begins, how many cards and resources Archon's Terror choked out of Seth. I think at least 4, maybe 5 cards,
I was
and maybe
put it at 8 to 10.
Maybe
20?
2 to 3 resources. I'm not exactly sure, but
that single card did such incredible work during this game. It makes me sick.
Think about it.
It makes me sick in the bottom of my stomach.
Can you imagine telling your opponent, "Yeah, just don't take an HQ for a round or 2"?
Who are these Dark Eldar?
And it's like,
what are they up to?
Serious?
What's
That's
their
OP,
problem?
bro. And it's like a 2-cost card can do
what are they
that
up
over
to?
the course of a game.
What are they getting on about, thinking they can do this to us?
They're a bunch of savages.
Savages, that's what they are. Bunch of savages. We need the Necrons.
Yes, they'll out-savage anybody. Dispassionate savagery.
Oh, you see
there it is.
Robots. There we go. There's the handshake, guys. We don't need to play that one out. Thank you so much for watching. This is
Conquest.
Is Conquest, and it's made possible by purchases through our online store.
Financial support.
TeamCovenant.com/store. We got Covenant subscriptions for these war packs, and I hear that they might actually be coming out.
We've got a cycle starting up.
And we got special Planetfall tokens during this cycle. Check it out.
You're going to love them.
Subscriptions and support us.
We'll send you some.
Support yourself and support this great game. We'll see you later, guys.
Peace.